Sources of Hindu laws. According to Manu, there are four sources of Hindu. Number 1, the Vedas. Number 2, Samrti. Number 3, approved usage. And number 4, good conscience are sources of Hindu law. The ancient sources of Hindu Dharma or law are Shruti, Samrti, and customs. Shruti is the original and primary source of Hindu law system and the one of the divine origin. Shruti literally means what is heard. It is believed to be the language of the divine revelation through sages. Manu has defined Shruti as by Shruti or what was heard from above is mean the Vedas. Shruti contains 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, praise of force of nature in form of mantra; Samaveda, the book of prayer in the form of song; Yajurveda, the book of ritual relating to human life; the Arthaveda, the book of magic, spell, and incantations. The Vedas are the compilation of the mantras or the hymns. Originally, Vedas were chanted orally and transmitted to the successive generation by Guru Shishya Parampara. The Vedas are more a code of religion and religious rites and rituals than a code of law. So, their value are as a source of law is not much. Samhita is a collection of mantras. Samhita are named after the Vedas they belong to. The Brahmanas are mostly in prose and are concerned with the religious rite and rituals. The Aryankas reflect an explicit transition in philosophy of life of men. Most of the Upanishads in form of dialogue between master and a disciple. Vedangas. The Vedangas, limb of Vedas, are 6 auxiliary disciplines traditionally associated with the study and understanding of the Vedas. Shiksha, phonetics, phonology, morphology. Second, Kalpa means rituals. Vyakarana, grammar relating to languages. Nirukta, etymology, study of the source and development of words. Chanda, meter. Jyotisha relates with astrology. Samrti. The Samrti means literally means what was remembered. The law books, Puranas, Itihas, etc. The base of Samrti are Shrutis, but they are human work. 2 kinds of Samrtis: early Samrti, Dharma Sutras, and later Samrti, Dharma Shastras. Their subject matter is almost the same. The Dharma Sutra are mainly written in prose, in short maxim sutras, and the Dharma Shastras are composed in poetry or in form of slokas. Dharma Sutra and Dharma Shastras. Dharma Sutras were mainly in the form of training manual to teach Dharma to the students. Dharma Shastras were based of Dharma Sutra. They dealt with the subject matter in 3 parts: Achara, theory of religious observance in life; Vyavahara, following of civil laws in a personal life; Prayaschitta, penance and expiation. Samrti writers. According to some of these says, the number of Samrtis are 36. But Yajnavalkya mentioned 20 Samrtis in his Samrti. They are Gautam, Usanas, Angiras, Samvarta, Apastambha, Harita, Vasistha, Vishnu, Manu, Atri, Harita, Yajnavalkya, Yama, Katyana, Bharaspati, Parasar, Vyas, Sankha, Likhita, Daksha, etc. Those in prose are called Dharma Sutra, those in verse are called Dharma Shastra. Samrti dealt with the rule of morality and religions. There were a conflict between the Vedas and Samrti. The Vedas should prevail. 3 notable Samrtis. Out of many Dharma Shastra, 3 are most important: Manu Samrti, Yajnavalkya, and Narada Samrti. Manu Samrti. Manu Samrti compiles all the laws that are scattered in pre-Samrti Sutras and Gathas. Hold local custom with utmost importance. King represents the divine but bound by custom. Principle of Danda for breach of law, particularly harsh on women and Sudras. Yajnavalkya Samrti. Yajnavalkya Samrti are more logical than Manu. Importance to the custom but hold the king subject to law. Law is the king of the kings, and the king is only an enforcer of the law. Mostly dealt with civil law, comparatively lesser with religion and morality. More liberal on women and Sudras. Narad Samrti, importance on custom, concentrates only on civil law and not deal with religion and morality. Commentaries and digest. Commentaries, Tika, Bhasya, and digest are Nibandhas. In the earlier days, most of the commentaries were written on the Samritis. In the later days, the work were in nature of digest, containing a synthesis of the various Samritis and explaining and reconciling the various contradictions. Mitaksara is a commentary and Dayabhaga is a digest. Commentaries as a source of law. The law of Samritis were empiric and progressive. In the course of time, several commentaries and digests were written on it. The authority of several commentaries varied in different parts of India, and thus arose different schools of laws. Custom and uses. Definition of customs. Customs may be defined as the mode of life adopted by a set of people of a particular locality or the entire country. Custom may be defined as habitual course of conduct generally observed in community. According to Manu, immemorial custom is transcendent law. According to Narada, custom is powerful and override sacred law. Kinds of custom. Local custom. Local custom are those customs which are confined to a particular locality like a village or town, state, country and are binding on all inhabitants of that locality. Second, class custom or caste custom. Custom of particular community, for example, Kama caste in Andhra Pradesh. In case female dies issueless or intestate, then Stridana shall be returned back to the parents of female. In Krishna Vaka community and Nattu Kotai Chetai of Tamil Nadu, there is a custom of Patni Bhagam, prevalent according to which the division of property is made according to the number of wives and sons by each wives constituting a unit, and the wives themselves are not entitled to any share. Family custom. Custom which are confined to a particular family only. The essential of valid customs: antiquity, certainty, reasonable, invariable, uniform, not immoral, not opposed to public policy, not opposed to law, observance as a matter of right, consistency. Judicial pronouncement on customs. Custom must be ancient, certain and reasonable, and being in derogation of general rules of law must be construed strictly. Secondly, custom must be established by clear and unambiguous evidence. It must not be opposed to morality or public policy, and it must not be expressly forbidden by any law. The immorality of custom is to be tested in the context of consensus of the whole community, not a part of it. It must not be in derogation of the fundamental rights of citizens to hold and dispose of property by absolutely prohibiting alienation of property. Custom alleged not followed in numerous instances is hold not proved. The usage has by common consent been submitted to those as the established government rule of particular locality since long.